Every casino is designed to make you believe luck is random. But insiders know it's all about how the games are set up, and the slot machines you choose can make or break your night. Former casino employees say that picking the right machine isn't about chasing a feeling or sitting where someone just hit a jackpot. It's about understanding how the system really works, how the payout percentages are structured, and how to use that knowledge to your advantage. So, how do you find machines that actually pay? Let's start with the basics. RTP, or return a player. Every slot machine has a programmed payback percentage, and while you won't see it displayed on the cabinet, it determines how much of the money bet over time gets paid back to players. Most casual players ignore this number, but pros know it's the single biggest indicator of your long-term results. In general, online slots offer higher RTPs than physical machines, but even in real casinos, you can find differences from one section to another. Higher denomination machines, $1 or $5 slots, usually pay more than penny or nickel machines. That's because casinos program lower stakes games with tighter payouts since they know people play them longer and bet more often. So, if you want better odds, look for fewer pay lines and higher denominations within your budget. Another insider tip: video poker often has the best payback on the floor, sometimes above 98%, especially if you play perfect strategy. That's why many casino employees themselves stick to video poker when they play off the clock. Progressive jackpot machines, on the other hand, sound exciting but come with a trade-off. A percentage of every bet goes into that huge top prize, meaning the base game usually pays less. Unless the jackpot is unusually high, these games aren't the best choice for consistent returns. Now, let's talk about paytables, the hidden clue most players overlook. Before you even insert money, check the payouts for winning combinations. Two machines may look identical, but one might pay 200 coins for a top symbol, while another pays 250. That small difference adds up over thousands of spins. Always pick the version with better returns, and don't assume newer or flashier means better. The real winners know how to read paytables, not just push buttons. When it comes to betting, bankroll management is everything. The smartest players use what insiders call the 1% rule. Never risk more than 1% of your total budget per spin or hand. That means if you bring $200, your max bet should be around $2. This approach stretches your playtime, gives you more chances to hit bonuses, and prevents emotional chasing when things go cold. Covering all pay lines is usually better than betting max on fewer lines, since it keeps your odds consistent across more outcomes. Another trick casino workers talk about is machine scouting. Walk the floor, observe which machines seem to hold players' attention longest, and notice the payout screens. Machines that show recent mid-size wins or steady bonus triggers are more likely to be in a neutral or slightly loose setting. Test them with a few spins. Insiders use a three-step scouting method. Test with a small amount, track bonus frequency, and only stay if you see consistent returns within the first few minutes. If not, move on quickly. Casinos want you to stay in losing machines, hoping they'll turn around. But the truth is, slots don't have memory. Every spin is random, and moving strategically is what gives you an edge. Let's also talk about players' clubs and comps. This is where casinos quietly give value back to smart players. Always use your player's card, but not for tracking wins, for earning rewards like free play, meals, or rooms. Over time, these perks can offset your losses and improve your overall return. The key is to stay under the radar. Don't chase points, just play normally and let the comps work for you. Finally, let's bust some myths. Hot and cold machines? They don't exist. Timing your button press or switching seats won't change the outcome. Modern slots use random number generators that produce thousands of results per second. No pattern, no cycle. What matters is your selection strategy and discipline, not superstition. The most profitable players treat slots like entertainment, not investment. They set a budget, play smart, and walk away once they hit a reasonable win or reach their limit. Casinos thrive on keeping you spinning longer, but the insiders who know the system never fall for that trap. So next time you walk into a casino, don't just sit at the flashiest machine. Read the pay table, pick your denomination carefully, manage your bankroll like a pro, and use scouting to your advantage. The difference between walking out broke and walking out satisfied isn't luck, it's knowledge and control. You can't change how slots are programmed, but you can change how you play them. And that's what separates those who gamble for fun from those who let the casino take control. But understanding machines is only half the battle. The other half is understanding yourself. Casinos spend millions studying player psychology because they know how to keep you sitting longer. Everything, from the music and lighting to the seat comfort, is designed to make you forget time and stay in the zone. Former casino employees often say the real game isn't the one on the screen, it's the one happening in your head. The moment you lose track of your budget or time, the house wins. That's why disciplined players treat casino visits like any other paid form of entertainment. They decide beforehand how much they'll spend, and when it's gone, they leave, win or lose. It sounds simple, but casinos rely on people not following through. Ever notice how there are no clocks or windows on the casino floor? That's not by accident. The goal is to keep you from realizing how long you've been playing. The same goes for free drinks. Relaxed players make bigger bets and worse decisions. So here's an insider's tip. Track time on your phone, set alarms for breaks, and never gamble under the influence. Every decision, even the choice to stay another 10 minutes, affects your results. Casinos want emotional players. Smart ones stay logical. Another trick casino designers use is near misses. You know when the reels show 2 jackpot symbols and one just barely misses the line? That's intentional. The software is programmed to create near-miss patterns that trigger your brain's dopamine system, the same response that happens when you almost win. It makes you want to spin again. Studies show that near misses can be more stimulating than actual wins because they trick the brain into thinking you were close. Insiders know that the only way to beat this psychological trap is awareness. When you see it happen, remind yourself it's random, not progress. The layout of the casino itself is also strategic. The loosest machines, or those programmed with higher RTP, are often placed near entrances or walkways to showcase visible wins. Meanwhile, tighter machines are deeper inside the floor, surrounded by noise and distractions. Casinos do this to draw players in with the illusion of easy payouts. Smart players scout these showcase zones, but never assume every machine there is loose. Instead, they watch patterns. When a machine is constantly surrounded by players or frequently showing bonus screens, it's worth testing. If not, keep walking. Now, let's talk about betting psychology, the fine line between playing for fun and chasing losses. Casinos are built to reset your emotions after every spin. The lights flash, the sounds reset, and your brain feels like you're starting fresh. But you're not. The longer you stay, the more likely the math catches up to you. That's why professionals set win and loss limits before they even start. A good rule: when you double your session bankroll, cash out half and play the rest. This locks in profit and lets you keep playing guilt-free. If you lose half your bankroll, take a break. Casinos hate this strategy because it breaks the emotional loop they rely on. Let's touch on one of the biggest myths. Machines go cold after a win. In reality, slots use random number generators that don't track history. A machine that just hit a jackpot is statistically just as likely to win again on the next spin as it was before. The idea of due machines is pure illusion. What has changed, however, is your emotional state. After a big win, most players either raise bets recklessly or play longer to ride the wave. Insiders know this phase as the post-win trap. The smartest move? Step away after a significant win, even if it feels early. Let the casino think you're unpredictable. Another insider secret involves observing maintenance schedules. Casinos occasionally recalibrate machines during low traffic hours. Machines that were replaced or serviced might have different payback settings afterward. Employees can't disclose this publicly, but players who pay attention to which slots were recently out of service sometimes notice fresh patterns of wins when those machines return online. It's not a guarantee, but it's one of those subtle details experienced players watch for. Let's also talk about promotions and free play. Casinos market these as gifts, but they're carefully calculated investments to bring you back. A $20 free play offer isn't generosity, it's bait. The moment you redeem it, you're statistically likely to spend 5 times that amount. Still, smart players can use these offers to their advantage. Redeem them only when you were planning to visit anyway, and use the free play exclusively for testing machines, not for chasing wins. This way, you turn the casino's marketing strategy into your scouting tool. Another underused advantage is observation. Before choosing a machine, take a few minutes to just watch. Look at player reactions, how often bonuses trigger, and whether small wins appear regularly. Casinos often cluster machines with similar settings, so if one seems hot, its neighbors might share the same programming range. Observing before playing gives you data, and in a place built on emotion, data is power. Now, let's shift to the topic of bankroll longevity. Former employees often mention that casinos love when players jump between machines rapidly. It speeds up play and increases the casino's handle, the total money cycled through machines. But frequent switching actually hurts your control. Each move resets your rhythm and focus. A better approach: choose a small group of machines to rotate between, no more than 3 per session. Give each one 10 to 15 spins before deciding whether to stay or move. This helps you balance testing with consistency. One of the smartest habits insiders recommend is logging your play. Keep simple notes: date, machine type, denomination, session start and end balance, and any noticeable patterns. Over time, this builds your personal database. You'll start recognizing which machines perform best, what times of day feel luckier, and where you tend to overspend. Knowledge becomes your edge. Casinos rely on short-term memory, players forgetting what worked. You do the opposite. Now, let's bust a few more myths that cost players thousands every year. Myth 1. Higher volatility means higher payouts. Not necessarily. Volatility describes how often a machine pays, not how much. High volatility machines give fewer wins but bigger ones. Risky if your budget is small. Low volatility machines give smaller, more frequent wins, ideal for longer play. Smart players match volatility to their bankroll size, not their emotions. Myth 2. Casinos tighten machines on weekends. False. Modern slots are controlled by central systems regulated by gaming authorities. They can't legally adjust RTP on the fly for specific days. What changes is player volume. More players mean more spins, more visible losses. Finally, the ultimate insider principle: know your exit. Every successful player has a plan for how the session ends.